In the news of the day, the BS recently announced yesterday at their 3-day Innovation Summit 2024 that this may be your final chance to buy cheap XRP, and that this digital transition, and consequently XRP's takeover, is unavoidable. To begin, we have this enormous video clip where Augustine Carton, the Director General of the Bank of International Settlements BIs, discusses the need of combining various tokens for commercial money, for money issued by central banks, and so on. He also discusses the essential big leap that is required to fully realize the potential of tokenization. Listen with great attention. On the other hand, incremental transformation is not without its restrictions. When it comes to ensuring compatibility with historical systems, the necessity of looking backwards places limitations on what newer systems may give. For this reason, I feel that there are moments when we require enormous jumps. According to my point of view, tokenization is a technology that has the potential to completely revolutionize the financial system. Both the rules and logic that govern the use of tokenized digital assets, as well as the information that is required to uniquely identify assets and their owners, are contained within the tokenized digital assets. Tokens, when utilized appropriately, have the potential to improve the speed of financial transactions, reduce the costs involved, and boost the efficiency of the process. We need to bring together the many types of tokens in order to fulfill the promise of tokenization, which is to say, to make a significant leap forward. As well as tokens on various assets, commercial bank money and central bank money are also included. The platforms that allow for this to take place are known as unified ledgers. When all of these distinct tokens are brought together on the same programmable platforms, it will be possible to include additional functionalities such as composability and smart contracts. Then, how do we go about making such enormous leaps? Exactly how do we go about turning a vision into a reality? Exploration and experimentation are the first steps in this lengthy adventure that lies ahead. On the other hand, while we are doing so, we should always have in mind the broader aim, the enormous leap that we will hopefully accomplish. At the BI's Innovation Hub, this is precisely what we accomplish in our daily operations. As an illustration, allow me to discuss the efforts that we have been making with Project Agora to investigate the possibility of unified ledgers. We have high expectations for this project and the revolutionary change it has the potential to bring about, and we are excited to collaborate with partners from both the public and private sectors all around the world. Tokenization is becoming increasingly significant, at least in the eyes of the elites of the world, and this is becoming increasingly apparent. A technological advancement that has the potential to revolutionize the financial industry by enhancing the speed of transactions, reducing their costs, and making them more efficient. In a similar manner, similar to what they are doing with Project Agora, in order to realize this promise and make this enormous jump, they need to combine all kinds of tokens, as is the case with XRP. It is important to keep in mind that all of the organizations that are currently working on Project Agora are partners of Ripple. Furthermore, as we can see from the release that Ripple has made, Merrick, Ripple, and its partnerships, such as HSBC, are also working on the tokenization of assets such as gold. All of this information is available to us. Very careful attention is required. In November, we were able to make an announcement at Swell, as you may recall, that HSBC, which is the largest bullion provider in the world and one of the largest bullion providers in the world, is tokenizing gold. Is that correct? And in order to accomplish this, they are using our custody solution. Then, there is now evidence to support the assertion that Ripple's objectives coincide with those of the BIs and the aims that they are working so hard to accomplish. This is just one of the many significant reasons why this news of an approaching large jump is essentially the announcement of an imminent giant leap with XRP, and that would be the fact that this is your final opportunity to purchase XRP at a low price. Nevertheless, this is not the end of the story, as Augustine Carton also made a significantly more significant disclosure in this video clip concerning a unified ledger. Additionally, as we can see here at the BIs once more, we have JP Morgan and Circle discussing the need of unified ledgers for banks and international settlements in this video clip. For the sake of argument, let's pretend that just for the sake of argument, we and UBS are the two banks. In the event that we are sending 100 million in Ethereum to UBS, there are validators who are confirming the legitimacy of the transaction. Suppose something goes wrong, what would you do? To whom should I file a lawsuit? I mean, you can trust in court as much as you want, but you can't really go to there's no court where you go and genuinely have a session of conversation. And you need those kinds of backups, because if someone loses your court but you still have the ticket, you want to be able to call someone at the end of the day and say, what the hell? Like you lost a very expensive court. For example, if someone loses your court but you still have the ticket. In light of this, I believe that at this moment it is possible that public infrastructure may eventually get at this point with things like verifiable credentials, but that path is still quite a ways off. In addition, you need to develop a system that allows individuals to conduct trustworthy transactions between different financial institutions while maintaining some kind of responsibility inside the system. The outcome of this situation is still unknown, regardless of whether it occurs with unified ledgers or not. However, to tell you the truth, unified ledgers RLN and mBridge are all attempting to accomplish this. To tell you the truth, we are currently working on another project at the MAS called Global Layer 1, which involves Citibank and other companies. In other words, they are all essentially a variation of the same idea, which is that you need some kind of regulated financial infrastructure, and that financial infrastructure ought to be open to, public institutions like central banks, ought to be open to private organizations like banks or non-banks. In other words, it ought to be the global layer for the movement of money around the world. Aside from that, you will constantly be stuck in this mental process of being in silos, and to add insult to injury, I believe that each of these silos are equipped with native tokens. To put that another way, I won't even bother going there. That, too, is an entirely different matter to consider. The promise has been massively confirmed, and this is still another confirmation that XRP will eventually take control. The XRP itself is an essential component. David Schwartz, the Chief Technology Officer of Ripple, has already addressed this issue regarding the requirement for neutrality, stating that in order to have a unified ledger, it is necessary to have a neutral asset such as XRP. As a result, there are now two significant reasons why XRP is going to take over, and this is a promise nevertheless. I will make it sound like there are three reasons. As we can see from the fact that XRP has just arrived from the BI's Innovation Summit once more, Project Mandala is significantly influencing the future of compliance with cross-border payments obligations. It has the potential to act as the foundational compliance layer for any wholesale or retail payment systems, whether they are established or under development. An experimental multiple CBDC platform, also known as MCVDC, was developed as part of Project Dunbar, and its purpose is to address critical difficulties that were identified during that project. Pay close attention to this. The relationship between MCVDC and the tremendous increase in the price of XRP hails from the world of smoke. Ripple, the MCVDC bridge platform, and blockchain-based SDR are all connected to one another. Through the utilization of ISO 2.0.0.2 as a standard, the MCVDC bridge platform may be kept operational through the utilization of liquidity pools on Ripple's on-demand liquidity platform. In addition, this is an example of the MCVDC bridge platform, which is a platform that connects countries' CBDCs by utilizing blockchain technology and relying on commodity-based SDR. In addition, we have an example of how Ripple is already doing it in Japan, which is a good practice. I get what you mean. Absolutely, I do. It is extremely difficult to imagine that the value of XRP will skyrocket given that its price has remained unchanged. Or, to put it another way, that XRP is not a hoax. Despite the fact that I have just shown you these three films from the BIs, which clearly demonstrate that XRP is going to take over in the very, very near future, it was even guaranteed that they would do this. There is no denying that seeing so far into the future and looking that long-term can be a very challenging endeavor. It is inevitable, however. Ripple's Chief Technology Officer, David Schwartz, made a statement to the entire globe at the XRP Las Vegas event, stating that it is possible to act as your own bank by providing liquidity to XRP trading pairs. The practice of purchasing and storing XRP is an excellent plan for the long term, but now you will have the ability to use your XRP to generate money by utilizing the lending protocol, which is known as the AMS. In addition, David Schwartz offers a compelling illustration and convincing argument to dissuade those who are opposed to